Today we discuss about for last module of your compiler design subject. The last module is for code generations. Okay. So what is code generation? Code generation is the fifth phase of the last phase of the compiler. Code generation is the last phase of the compiler. That is final phase in the uh, our compiler model. The final phase of our compiler model is nothing but code generator. The final phase of our compiler model nothing but code generator. So it is the final phase of the compiler. So in the final phase in the process of compilation, the code generation, which takes an intermediate representation of the source program as the input and produce the target program as the equivalent target program as the output. Okay, it's clear. So it is a code generation is the final phase of the compiler. It's the final phase of the process of compilation unit. So in the final phase of our compilation, the code generation will be takes an intermediate representation of the source program as the input and produce the equivalent target program as the output. Okay. Intermediate code representation of the source program as the input and produce the equivalent target program as the output. Next thing, it is a process of creating the assembly language or machine language statements, which will perform the operation specified by the given source programs. Okay, so it is a process of creating assembly language or machine language statements which will perform the operation specified by the given source programs. It is a process of creating assembly language or machine language statement which will perform the operation specified by the given source program. Specified by the given source program. So in that code, what is here? You can check the diagram. So in the diagram, so here in the diagram, check. This is for code generation space. This is for code generation. So what will we do here? So in that you have to give the source program as the input. So give the input to the front end. What about front end? Front end is the analysis phase is the front end of the compiler. Analysis phase is front end of the compiler. Analysis phase is front end of the compiler. Analysis phase is front end of the compiler. So after you have to converting lexical analyzer, first you got day for lexical analyzer you are doing for scanning the entire source program, and syntax analyzer you got do for the checking the pass tree for the given program, and given to the semantic analyzer check the error for the given source program. I can give the input to the intermediate representation, intermediate code generator. So the intermediate code generator is nothing but it is the intermediate representation between the analysis phase. For the given, you got to got the output from the given analysis phase. That is the front end of the compiler. You can got the output from front end of the compilers. So the front end is nothing but this analysis phase. It is a lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, and intermediate representations. After we will do converting intermediate representation, so you can get the output from the front end of the compiler. That is analysis phase. After you can got the output from the front end, you can give the intermediate code will be give the input to the code optimizer. Give the input to the code optimizer. Code optimizer. So code optimizer, what we do? Improve the intermediate code generator. It can improve the intermediate code representation. After improving intermediate code representation, you can give the output to the code optimizer. Nothing but you have to improve the intermediate code generator. Give the output to the code generations. The code generation, what will do after getting the, it's a final phase of the compiler. It code as it takes the process of compilation unit. It takes an intermediate representation of the source program as the input and produce the equivalent target program as the output. So in that code generation, it is a process of creating the assembly language or machine language statement which will perform the operations specified by the source programs. It is a process of creating assembly language or machine language statements which will perform the given operation. It's specified by the given source programs. Okay, intermediate. So intermediate code will be given into the code generator. The code generator is the back end of the compiler. It is the final phase of the compiler in given source program. The process of compilation. It takes the input as the intermediate representation. It takes the intermediate representation of the source program as the input and produce the equivalent target program as the output. Equivalent target program as the output. And equivalent target program as the output. So this is for code generator. So code generator, what we'll do? So code generator is a final phase of the process of compilation. It takes an intermediate representation of the source program as the input and produce the equivalent target program as the output. So in that code generation, it is a process of creating assembly language or machine language statement which will perform the operation, that operation to be specified by the given source programs. So you can get the input from the source program. It's a front end of the compiler, and the front end is nothing but is analysis phase. The front end will be due for the lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer. Then after that, you can give the output to the intermediate representation of the source program. So once you can get the intermediate representation of the source program as the input, you can give the input to the code optimizer, the code optimizer to improve the intermediate code generator. After that, finally, you can give the output to the code generation. So the code generation to performing it's a process of creating assembly language or machine language statement, which will perform the operation, that operation to be specified by the given source programs. Finally, all the data can be stored from the given symbol table technique. All the data can be stored from symbol table techniques. So that is nothing but machine independent code generation. This is a process of code generation techniques. It is a process of code generation technique. Okay. So code generation we are having for some main task. What are the tasks? We are having for 3 sections, 3 part. One is instruction selection. Second one is register allocation and assignment. Third one is instruction ordering. Instruction selection, register allocation and assignment. Third one is instruction ordering. What about instruction selection? So instruction selection to be implemented for instruction registers. Instruction register statements. So here you have to specify the target machine instruction. This instruction to perform and implement the instruction register statements. You got to specify the instruction selection for the given instruction register statements. What about the second task? The second task is register allocation and assignment. So in that allocation and assignment, you have to decide which value to be keeping for which registers. What value to be keeping for which register. You have to specify in register with what value you have to assign for the given registers. Then ordering. So based on the ordering of instruction, execution of instruction, you have to schedule the instruction that execute the instructions. So these are all the main 3 tasks of code generation. One thing is instruction selection. Second one is instruction allocation and assignment. Third one is ordering, instruction ordering. So these are all the main tasks. This is the one part of 2 more questions. Okay, what about the next thing? The next one is properties of code generation. This is also one type of 2 more questions. Properties of code generations. So in properties of code generation, we are having for 4 properties. We are having for 4 properties. Second property, high quality. First property, correctness. Second property, high quality. Third property, efficient use of resources. Fourth one, quick code generations. Fourth one, quick code generation. What about correctness? So correctness means it should produce a efficient target code. It should produce a efficient correct code for and do not alter the purpose of source code. So you have to produce always, you have to produce the output for the given target program, you have to produce the correct source code. After producing the do not alter for the given source code. That is the purpose of source code. Then high quality. It should produce the high quality of object codes. It should produce the high quality of object codes. It should produce the high quality of object code. Third one, efficient use of resources. efficient use of resources. So while generating the code, it is necessary to know the target machines. You are generating for the codes. After that, what we'll do, you got necessary to know the target machine for the given instruction. Which resource you are using for the given data. You got to specify for the given data. That is the main thing for the secondary thing. Okay. Then next one is the last one is quick code generations. The last one is quick code generation. What about the quick code generation? So in that the fourth properties of quick code generation, you have to check that all the data you be checked after you are give the input as an intermediate representation. After generating the intermediate representation input, you got to generate for the equivalent target program as the output. It's correct. This is the main theme of the given data. So it is necessary that it is code generation phase should be produced. You got to generate the code quickly in that forms. Quickly after compiling the source programs. After compiling the source programs. Okay, after compiling the source programs. So in properties of code generation, we are having four property. The first properties it should produce the efficient target code as the input. It should produce the correct target code. It should produce the correct target code. Once you go to produce the correct target code, do not alter the source code. Do not alter the source code. Second thing, high quality. It should produce always, you got to produce the high quality of the object codes. Third thing, efficient use of resources. So while generating the code, it is necessary to know the target machines. What are the resources to be used for you have to produce the output of the target program? What resources we are using for the given target program? You have to know that. Then final thing, quick code generations. It is necessary to know that in code generation phase, the final phase of the compiler, you have to specify you should produce the code quickly after compiling the given source programs. So this is the main theme of the properties of code generations. Okay. So here, what in today we discover what topic? What is code generation phase? What is machine dependent code generations? What are the properties of code generation? What are the main tasks of code generations? It's clear. Then we can go for next topic. Next one is object code forms. This is the most important question for fifth module. So write the object code forms. Write the types of object code form in. You got to write for in 2 mark question. You got to just write the 3 types of object code forms. Otherwise, explain the object code form with the example mean it is a part B question. So in that part B question, you got to write the object code form definition along with types of object code form. Then each and every type object code form type, you got to write the definition with some example. That is the one way of part B questions. Okay, then you can go to the diagrams. This is for object code form. So here what we'll do, you got to all the data can be stored from symbol table to the code generation phase. So code generation phase, the intermediate code as the input, you got to produce the equivalent target code as the output. This is the main thing. Okay. Finally, all the table data can be stored from the symbol table. You got to give to the code generation. In code generation, you can get the input as the intermediate code. Then you got to produce the output as the target code, object code, equivalent object code as the machine representation code. It is a final output phase. So intermediate code means what is the intermediate code representation? It should produce the, it is easy to produce, easy to generate the target machine instruction. That is the intermediate code. We are having 2 property. One property is it is easy to produce. Second property is it is easy to generate the target machine for the given data. So in intermediate representation, it is you have to perform for the 3 address code. One operand, 2 operators, 2 operator. So in the intermediate code, you have to perform for the call by value. In that intermediate code representation, you have to perform for the quadruple. Implementation of 3 address code is one is quadruple, second one is triple, third one is indirect triples. It's correct. So this is for quadruple. Quadruple means we are having for 4 result. Operand 1, operator 1, operator 2, result, then values. 4 values. Argument. 4 argument. So here operator 1, operator 2, result only. 3 address code means you got to generate for 3 address code with the example of temporary value implementations. Next thing is abstract syntax mean you got to create for the given problem, you got to create for the syntax tree format. So abstract syntax tree, another way it is nothing but tag representation, directed acyclic graph. Both are in graphical representation. So this you got to draw the graphical representation for the given diagram, you got to draw the syntax tree for the given programs. Next one is police notation, that is postfix notation. You got to do the problem for the post-order tree traversal technique. So this is the intermediate code generation format. Quadruple, triple, indirect triple. Triple mean you got to implement the quadruple statement. Indirect triple mean based on the given statement, you got to create for the own block of statement, you got to write the definition. 3 address code mean 1 for operand, 2 for operators. Abstract syntax tree, you got to draw the based on the given example, you got to draw the syntax tree for the given format. The syntax tree is nothing but it is a graphical representation. Both tag and syntax tree both will be done in the graphical representation format. But tag expression, you got to simplify the common expression. But syntax tree do not simplify the given expression as a given sub expression as a expressions. Police notation, it is a postfix notation. You got to create the post order traversal technique. You got to create the notation format for the given three intermediate code generations. So these are all the intermediate code generation format. So these intermediate code generations give the input as a code generator. Code generator, what will do? It will perform the, it will create, it will give the output as the equivalent target program as the output. Equivalent target program as the given output. It's clear? Okay. Then what we'll do? After giving the equivalent target program as the output, it will produce the object code as a target program. So in object code, we are having for 3 object code forms. We are having for 3 object code form. We are having for 3 object code form. What is the form? The first one is obsolete code. Second one is relocatable code. Third one is assembler code. First one is obsolete code. Second one is relocatable code. Third one is assembler code. Okay. So what about the first one, obsolete code? So it is a machine code. The obsolete code is nothing but it's a machine code. But actual address to be placed in the program address space. First point. So in obsolete code, relocatable code, assembler code, both are in object code forms in code generation phase. So the first one, obsolete code. So the output of code generation is the object code or machine code. So the output of code generation phase, it should produce the output as the object code or machine code. But this code you normally comes in the following form. This object code normally comes for the 3 forms. One is obsolete code, second one is relocatable code, third one is assembler code. What is obsolete code? The obsolete code, the first point is obsolete code. It is a machine code. It is actually address the place in the program address space. First point. Second point, in obsolete code, the generated code can be placed directly into in obsolete code, the generated code can be directly placed into the program address space. The generated code can be placed directly into the program address space. After that, you go to start the execution immediately. Once the data can be placed into the main memory, go to the directly placed into the memory. After that, you go to start the execution immediately. Then third point. So with the help of obsolete code generation, the compilation and execution of small program is done rapidly. That is, you have to compile, generated and computed and executed quickly because of obsolete code generation. Why? Because you have to compile these small programs. So in that obsolete code, you have to compile the given source program, can be compiled and executed quickly because of obsolete code generation. Because why? Because the program can be divided into the small program can be compiled and executed quickly. So this is for obsolete code. So obsolete code, it is a machine code. It is actually the address can be placed into the program address space. Second thing, the generated code can be placed directly. Generating the code can be placed directly to the program memory. Once you got to place the program memory, you got to start the execution immediately. Generally, the small programs only can be compiled and executed quickly. Then you got to produce for the obsolete codes. Okay. Then what about the second code form? The second code form is relocatable machine code. Relocatable machine code. What about relocatable machine code? It is you have to perform in obsolete code. You have to perform only for small program can be compiled executively. Here in relocatable machine code, it will be producing the relocatable machine language program. It should be producing the relocatable machine language programs. That is, the output only allow for the subprograms. So here in subprogram to be compiled separately. Subprogram to be compiled separately. So it will be producing the relocatable machine language program first thing. Second thing, it will be only allow for the output, only allow for the subprogram to be compiled separately. Only subprogram to be compiled separately. After compiling subprogram, with the help of loader and linker concept, you have to relocating the given object, given data, given models. So once you got the help of loader linker concept, you got to relocating the object. After that, you got to link the all the data can be linked together, then loading for executions. But the final output of the target program does not handle the relocatable machine code effectively, automatically. Does not handle relocation automatically. What about the third code form? The third code form is assembler code. Assembler code means it will be producing the assembly language program as the output. It will be producing the assembly language program as the output. It should produce the assembly language program as the output. Assembly language program as the output. So, but generating assembly language as output make the code generation, the process can be slower. Okay. So in object code form, we are having for three object code form. One is assembler code, second one is relocatable machine code, third one is assembler code. So in obsolete code, it is a machine code. It is directly placed into the memory. It is a generated code can be placed directly. Then the memory and execution started immediately. So in object code, you have to execute, compile. This small program can be compiled, executed and quickly. But in relocatable code, you have to compile the subprogram to be compiled, executed separately. It's producing a relocatable machine language program. The output may allow subprogram to be compiled effectively. But with the help of loading and linking output, you have to complete the given data. So, but generating the assembler code as the output means the code generation phase is smaller because the assembling code and linking code to be linking together. So once linking together, you have to perform for all the operations. So this is for three code forms of object code form in code generation phase. Object code form in code generation phase. So one is obsolete code, second one is relocatable machine code, third one is assembler code. So write the types of object code forming. You got to write the three types. This is for 2 more questions. Explain the object code form in code generation mean. You got to write the three type along with you got to write the definition along with the example. Then only you got to go for part B questions. 12 mark questions. 12 mark questions. Okay. So this is for the object code forms. Object code form. So this is for machine dependent code generations. Okay. Then what about the next thing? So next, as per syllabus for your program, we are having for next part B question is issue in the design of code generators. Issue in the design of code generators. Second part B question is target machines. Target machines. Target machine means you have to based on the given instruction, you have to calculate the address for the given program. Source machine and target machine, you got to write the address for the cast. You got to calculate the cost for the given instructions. Okay, that is target machines. Fourth, next for big question is tag for register allocations. Tag for register allocation or generating code from tag. This is also one type of part B questions. The next one is next part B question. This is simple, small topic only for fifth model and fourth model. So you have to prepare all the topic. Then only you have to clear the examination easily. Okay, so fourth and fifth model we are having for less topic only. Okay, the next thing is generic code generation algorithms. Then register allocation and assignment. So these are all the fifth models. Okay, so today we discuss about what is code generation algorithm, what are the tasks for code generation algorithm, what are the properties of code generation algorithm, what is machine independent code generations. Then explain the object code form with the need diagram, draw the object code form, then write the types of object code form. Then next thing is explain the object code form and its type with the example. So you got to write three things: obsolete code form, relocatable machine code, assembler code. So obsolete code, only small program can be executed immediately. Relocatable machine code, you got to produce the, you got to allow for the sub program can be compiled executely. So in assembler code, you got to producing the assembly language program. So assembly language program as the output make the process of code generation. But in generating the assembler code as the output, it will be makes the code generation process can be slower. Okay, so these are all the object code forms. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss for next topic. So in our fourth model and fifth model, we are having less topic only. Okay, now you can leave the class. Tomorrow we will continue for the next topic. Okay, thank you.